everybody, this is lesson 4.2, writing equations. Now this lesson has lots of word problems, but that's okay. I'm going to show you some tricks and tips on how to do these word problems effectively, all right? We're going to go through the 4 basic steps of solving our word problem, and we're going to use example A to do that. So before we get started, let's read example A. Example A says, Mr. Gadget's car broke down on the interstate. Ace Towing charges $30 hookup fees and then $3 for every mile the car is towed. If Mr. Gadget paid $174 to have his car towed back to town, how far was it towed? Okay, so the very first step that we have is to define your variable. We always remember that a variable is just the letter that we use in our word problems. Let's say this was our equation here. Our variable would be x. And we can use any letter as our variable as long as we define it. So our word problem, we need to find what our variable is going to be. Most of the time, your variable is found in the last sentence or the question. So variables represent what we don't know. And if you read through our problem again, it says we want to know, or what we don't know right now, what we're finding is how far it was towed. So we're going to use m, and you can use any variable you want, but I'm going to use m. And we're going to say m represents the miles towed. Okay, because that's what we don't know. Now our next step is to write the equation. And to do this, we're going to look for context clues inside of our word problem. So it says that they charge $30 hookup fee. That means no matter what, they're going to charge me $30. And $3 for every mile. And then we also know that he paid $174. So we're going to write an equation to represent what we had to pay. I know that I have to pay $30 no matter what. And then we have this word and. If I said I have 3 apples and 4 oranges, and I was looking for how many fruits I had, that's adding. Whenever we see and, we're going to add. So $30 and $3 for every mile. So we know that we are going to have a variable attached to one of these two. And if you look here, it says $3 for every mile. That means every single mile I drive, I'm going to be paying $3. If you get stuck on where our variable should go, look at what the variable represents. The variable represents the number of miles. Which number has miles with it? Is it the 30 or the 3? The 3. The 3 has miles, so our variable is going to go with the 3. So this is what they're charging us, and we know that what they charge us equals what he paid, $174. So here's our equation. The next step is to solve the equation. So we're going to use what we know about solving 2-steps and multi-steps and 1-steps equations to do this. So I'm going to first rewrite my problem, draw my line down or build my wall. And what do I need to get rid of first, the 30 or the 3? Remember, we get rid of the 30 first because our variable is attached to the 3. Now, I'm adding this 30, so that means I need to subtract it to move it to the other side. And that's going to give me 3m equals 174 minus 30, which is 144. Now 3m is multiplication, so I need to do the inverse, which would be division. 144 divided by 3, I have m equals 24. This brings us to the last step, which is to check and label your answer. So I have m equals 24. We're going to plug this in to our original equation to check it. So 30